I didn't know a South African president was a goy, but apparently he's a racist. Breitbart. Trump makes South African president watch video evidence of threats to white farmers. Now, I showed the video that came across. It was months ago. It might have even been, I think it was last year. Remember that piece of crap? What is his name? That piece of crap killed the boa, which means the farmers, the white farmers there, right? Julius Sello Malema. Julius Sello Malema. All right. So he's the one that was in that stadium, and he's, I mean, there had to be it seemed like 100,000 in there. And he's indoctrinating them and sing this chant, kill the boa, kill the boa, kill the poor white boa, which is the farmers over there, white farmers, and confiscate their land. No compensation, whether they have to do it by force or legally, which would be corruption. No compensation. Okay, so you're gonna get rid of the people that actually helped build up your country. It was a shithole. There was nothing there before these people migrated from Europe to your area, neck of the woods. So let's take a look at this video here. But first, let me read this this part of this article. President Trump meets with Wednesday with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. It began cordially, but when Ramaphosa protested against claims of genocide, Trump turned on a video. So this is the video that Trump just turned on. So let's see. They show.
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yes. South Africa, occupy land. That's who we are.
Honorable member,
want to do. You can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Honorable. Yes, honorable member.
Must never be scared
this piece
to
of crap.
Kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to kill.
Remember this?
Yamaza. Kill the
I just told this bitch off on X.
Farmer.
I said, you belong in prison, you racist scumbag.
The farmer.
I also told this idiot on X, Twitter, I said, listen, you dumb racist piece of shit. I said, without farmers, no food, you dumb asshole, you. They want the land. They're jealous because, from what I gather, that these white people came from, were they Dutch and England and stuff like that, and they came there and they obviously got the land legitimately, and they worked the land. They're producing food to feed people there, right? Which is a good thing. But they're jealous because they're doing it and they ain't. These are useless piece of shit. Does this sound familiar? Sounds just like they're the ones here in America that are talking about they want shit for free, right? My ancestors were slaves, therefore I want reparations, right? Same shit. Different continent, right? Only these bastards are calling for murder. I told this bitch he needs to be in prison. And on the White House post about this on X, I also said you need to arrest this bastard. This bastard needs to be arrested. I don't know White House can do that. I'm just saying. He does need to be arrested. What really pisses me off is not only is it just whites, but it's farmers. Farmers have been under threat enough all around, especially, by their governments, right? You've seen that in Europe, starting in with farmers. You see that here in America. And now you got that in South America. Farmers just want to be left alone and produce food. And these assholes want to fucking kill them. These clown slob, come get you useless eaters. Dancing around like a dumbass. This idiot. You killed the boa, killed the boa. You need a boa constrictor around this bitch's p-neck is what we need. Asshole you. So he's indoctrinating these people to kill farmers. So any one of them could have went out there and killed farmers, right? So he needs to be inciting violence. They want to talk about hate speech. This motherfucker needs to be in prison for stars. And anyone that is his ilk, that's pushing this movement, killing the farmers and shit and white people and calling for genocide, needs to be in fucking prison. Actually, you need worse than that. You need to be put before a squad. And I don't mean the AOC kind.
The mayor of DA in PE is a white man.
So these people, when you want to hit them hard, go after a white man.
See?
They feel a terrible pain
You belong in jail.
because you have touched a white man.
You freaking
Not
commie, you.
because Mashaba and Soli will not be touched. They will be touched. Don't worry. But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat of whiteness. It cannot.
Shoot,
See?
kill,
Belongs in prison.
kill the Boer. The
What's this dancing
farmer.
around shit? This dancing around
The
stupid
Boer.
little friggin' tribal
The farmer.
bullshit. You look like a complete moron. You're gonna wind up getting exhausted and falling on your stupid commie face before you even go pow to anybody. Look how many people, hundreds, over 100,000, has to be.
Kill the
It's
Boer.
like telling an army,
The
go kill the white people. Can you believe this?
The Boer. The farmer. Brr,
The
pa.
bowler, the farmer. Look at that.
Brr, pa. Pa.
This is the video I showed when it first broke out. But it wasn't mainstream when I showed it. Okay? Delayed effect. I try to scour the latest and then show it to you as best I can months before it even goes mainstream. I showed this, it had to be sometime last summer, around there. My memory's not, I know it wasn't this 2025. Couldn't have been. It had to be 2024 because it's been a while. It's been a while since I shown it and I ripped this bitch a new one. But I ain't gonna stop. Now this is mainstream. Now it's on X and all that, and it's become mainstream. Oh yeah. I'm gonna rip this motherfucker a new one. I'm gonna call for his damn imprisonment. And the damn South African president, freaking racist POS, that seems to fall in line with this POS.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, we have not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, you did.
You'd
Too
understand
late.
somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter.
That's right.
They freak out. It sounds like a genocidal.
That's what it is.
Cry babies.
Not crybabies. You're calling, literally calling to kill and slice his throat. That's what you said. That's what you said, bitch. You are a Boer, white man. You're saying they need to die. And you want to take their damn land. And on top of it, you're so damn dumb. That's one less farmer. That's one less person in farm producing food, idiots. Because you all ain't producing shit over there. Take away the white people out of damn Africa and what happens? You heard that black man. I showed it a couple weeks ago. He says once whites leave our areas, it turns to a shithole. Don't hate me. Don't get mad at me. That's what he said. I showed it. All right? Go look at what's happening in the inner cities. In these, it's black on black crime through the roof. Even in South Africa, black on black crime. Most of the deaths there, I think there's 27,000 a year, black on black. White people just going to work, growing food for all you bitches, sorry ass pieces of shit that are calling for the death of white farmers. Yeah, I wish that motherfucker would cross my path, man. See? You belong in jail. That's hate crime. Look at this. Look at this. Like an army. South Africa, you better wake the hell up. We're going to shoot you with a machine gun. Did you see this? See that? We're going to shoot them, he said. They're going to run. They're going to use a machine gun, he said.
We will expropriate land without compensation.
You want
whether
to
they
confiscate
like it or
their
not.
land without
If
compensation.
They object,
You want to
they
steal
can
their
seek
land.
refugee in America.
This is what. All I know is Biden didn't show this and call summons the South African president to the White House to show this, but I'm glad Trump did. So enough of this nonsense, all right? I'm showing you what's in the news. I don't hear any negativity. Trump did. I don't hear any of that shit. This is a good thing that he's showing us because this son of a bitch, this shit needs to go mainstream. And I'm glad it is. I'm glad it is. Because me talking to BitChute, that's 1,800 plus subscribers. No one, who's sharing my work and all that? Probably nobody. So I'm just, it's like an echo chamber almost, right? Of course I share it to other platforms, but I'm heavily suppressed. Now that this shit's gone mainstream, now that this shit's on X and places like that, yeah, we're gonna harp on this. Like I'm gonna harp on the damn bird flu, which I got a nifty article about that I was gonna cover tonight, but this just in. Right here, what you're seeing are families of dead white people, and this is their graves right here, like 1,000 graves along the highway there, and they're paying their respects. Families paying their respects. Now I don't know the time frame of all these deaths because it's supposed to be like at least 1,000 deaths, but it could have been this. It could have been over a span of 30 years. Could have been some of this from the apartheid era also. Because I hear that really only 50 white farmers are killed a year in South Africa. But still, even if 27,000 people killed, but just 50 white farmers, that's 50 white farmers. That's still a lot. Farmers. Farm, producing food. We don't want any farmer dying. I don't care what skin color you are. I don't want any farmer dying. We need all farmers we can get. We need all the help we can get. Ridiculous. So there's that. Now.
And
He's showing them now. He's showing them the crosses and the dead and how the families are paying respect. I don't know if it's going to cooperate. Yeah, you know how it goes.
of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving, they're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Both sides of the road you have crosses. Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President?
You don't know?
No, I'd like to know where that is.
That's your country, you're right. You don't know where it's at?
Okay.
I mean, it's in South Africa. That's what.
We need to find out.
You don't know that bastard was calling for Kill the Boa in that fucking stadium? It ain't the first time? You don't know that? It's funny, we know that. But this guy don't know it, huh? Full of shit.
Those people.
Okay.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about?
I don't care about that. So from Breitbart, South Africa's Julius Malema, the POS Nazi, was in a stadium calling for death of white farmers, responds to Trump's claim of genocide, which is what he's calling for, which is what's happening, by doubling down. He said, you know what? I'm going to double down. Can I do African accent? Kill the boa. I doubled down on what I was saying before. Trump, you say that I called for genocide. Well, I doubled down. I still say kill the farmer, kill the boa. Yeah. This piece of crap, South Africa's Julius Malema, responds to Trump's claim of genocide by doubling down, kill the farmer. South African so-called politician. No, you're a fucking racist piece of crap. Criminals, what you are. Well, that's the same thing, I guess. Politician Julius... criminal politician. For the most part. South African, not all of them. South African politician Julius Malema, the leader of the Radical Economic Freedom Fighters Party, responded to President Donald Trump's claims about genocide Wednesday by reiterating calls to kill white farmers. Earlier that day, Trump had shown visiting South African president, which you just saw the video, Cyril Ramaphosa, video of Malema leading rally chants of Kill the Boa. Well, I showed you at the beginning of the video is the video that he showed in the White House that Trump showed in the White House. Kill the boa and all that at the beginning of the video. That's what they saw. So this so-called president of South Africa, who claims he doesn't even know where the site is of where over 1,000 white farmers are buried, and he didn't know this whole thing is going on. Seriously? Yet I'm over here across the pond, so to speak, thousands of miles away. It was nowhere on mainstream, but I happened to find a clip because I was digging deep for the latest to do the shock treatment and fast read headlines way back then. And I found it and did a video on that. For those of you who are new to this channel, yeah, I covered that. I didn't harp on it, but I covered it at once pretty good, and I think I might have did it again, mention it. So now it's mainstream. Ramaphosa tried to argue that Malima's rhetoric did not represent the government's politicians, but Trump countered that South Africa had passed a law allowing expropriation of land without compensation. Huh. So this president of South Africa says, well, this POS Malema doesn't represent us. But Trump said, well, your country just passed a law allowing the confiscation of white farmers' land without compensation. So yeah, it does represent you. And yeah, you do know what's going on. Okay? Malema reacted angrily on X, reiterating his commitment to expropriation without compensation. This is the same as you hear these fucking groids, these lazy-ass groids, and the ones, the ones like Al Not So Sharpton, Jesse looking like has AIDS, Jackson and Al Not So Sharpton looking like he has AIDS. These are the same bastards that are calling for reparations, boycotting, going to Costco and not buying anything and blah, blah, blah. And the only difference is I haven't come across them saying kill white people, but they are racist as fuck. So it's damn right. If they're going to be racist against white people, you know what's in their heart. They just haven't vocalized it yet, have they? This bastard over there in Africa, South Africa, has vocalized it, especially in that stadium. Kill the boa, kill the white people. So the same over there is the same over here, except that they're actually ratcheting up a notch by saying, literally vocalizing it, saying kill white people. But you get pockets of that hither and thither here in the United States. The bottom line is they want something for nothing, and they're racist. And this isn't all blacks, but the ones that are. And this piece of shit right here, especially if you try to get a whole group of people in a stadium. Or even if you try this anywhere, damn it! If you try doing this like a Golden Corral, renting one of those party rooms they got and having as many people to fill it up and start indoctrinating with this shit. Well, if you were the wrong political party or of the wrong pigmentation, your ass might be in trouble. Seems like blacks get away with this shit and queers, but I digress. At any rate, this piece of shit, Malema, is like a malignant tumor. He's cancer. This bitch needs to be held accountable. And so does the damn president of South Africa, because he knows damn well what's going on. And if he doesn't, then he doesn't need to be. He knows what's going on. He knows. They know. All right. He's allowing it. He's trying to play dumb. Then again, he might be really dumb. I don't know. The fact is, this shit right here, we can't let this go. Just like we can't let anything else go, like the fake bird flu. This can't be let go. And the reason why is because I'm sick of the whitey bad. They want us. Racism has been gone, except up until the last 10 years. They're bringing it back. What about apartheid? Apartheid ended in the 90s or something like that. Now all of a sudden they're bringing this racism shit back. It's got to stop, and especially against farmers too. Sick and tired of they had to bring in farmers and kill white farmers on top of it. Not only are they white, but they're farming and trying to do good. And these pieces of shit want to confiscate their land and kill the white people. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of these damn groids that are constantly calling for the death of white people. I'm tired of it. I'm beyond it. And they need to be held accountable. You want to talk about hate speech? You want to talk about racism and shit like that? You're looking at hate speech and you're looking at racism right there. The epitome of it. And also he's a fucking demon. This world, this entire world, we need an exorcism of all these demons. I'm tired of it. But that's what I got for you. We'll see if this bitch is going to be arrested. We'll see if this bitch is going to be held accountable. Or will this just fade into go quietly into the night and another shiny object comes along. I don't know. That's what I got for you. Don't be a troll out there. At any rate, like, share, subscribe, or don't. At any rate, I am. Ooh.